profits almost nothing negative if you're a flipper. So guess what? I still get daily calls, like 4, 5, 6 calls from investors who want to buy houses on wholesale. And people are calling me to see if I want to sell my house on wholesale. And wholesale has always been a horrible way to do it. And I've explained that to you before. If you want to sell your property for 60 cents on the dollar, work with a wholesaler, because that's exactly what they're trying to do. Remember, they're trying to solve a problem for you. It's easily remedied by putting it on the market. Investors have had their time, and I think it's a time that we're going to see house flippers go away for the time being, at least, right? They'll come back. They're always going to be around. There's always going to be roaches trying to pick up houses on discount and convince you that's the best way to do it, which it's not, because I can tell you that if you take a house that you think you're going to get 60 cents on the dollar for and put it on the market, you might be pleasantly surprised. But that's not really what's going on in this article. What's going on in this article is saying that it's just not valuable to them, to an investor, to sink their equity into a house like that. I'm still buying notes, hard money. They're not, it's called private lending now, but it's hard money notes. I'm still buying that. They're still coming at me, but it's not for investors to do short term. It's for buyers that are buying bigger properties, or they're trying to do a bridge loan to get into another type of a property, buy and sell at the same time. And it just makes sense for them financially, which to me makes financial sense for me to buy that. But ATTOM data shows that the decade after 2008, the typical flipped home was acquired was less than $150,000 in profit margins. Margins consistently exceeded 50%, hitting 61.1% in 2012. That's because we were at a lifetime zero, or a major plunge in that market. Remember, that was the bank-owned properties. People were jumping out of houses faster than people were jumping out of buildings. It was just a crazy time, and nobody believed in the market. Not nobody. Like 5% of the people out there that owned a property that got into a house freaked out because they didn't have enough money to fix it, pay their property. So they were getting out, right? That was a great time to do it. That's why I'm saying house flippers will be back when that happens. The next REO wave is on the horizon. It's inching up just a little bit, but that's just because there's consumption, right? We don't see a huge shadow inventory like the automotive market, cars that need to be taken back because people shouldn't have been buying $100,000 cars when, they're renting. I'm not saying that you can't do both, but I'm just saying they had their priorities wrong. And when something went wrong with the car, or they got in a little accident and they didn't have the right kind of insurance, they just gave it back to the company and they screwed a lot of people over, including their credit. I think that's going to be the downfall for us. And I think in the next year, we're going to see something tumultuous come with the automotive market. House flipping home profits plunged to lowest level. Let's see where they're at. Figure accounts for 7%. Yeah, I don't believe that. There's a sharp, more concerning for investors. The typical flip generated a gross profit of 25% return. Remember, that 25% return comes out of your hide if you sell it to a wholesaler, to an investor. So be careful out. Are they still being done? Yeah, but they're only going to do it when it makes sense for them, right? If you're thinking about selling your house, get your home inspection checklist downloaded so we can get you started on repairs. Download it. Say, yes, there's a crack here. This window doesn't work. This appliance doesn't work. And then when we sit down, I create that checklist and I bring in the right people and have it done for you. So you don't have to worry about it. Rates have gone up significantly higher. Last week it was 6.11. Now it's 6.62. That's crazy. Over yesterday, it went up 0.01. We think it might come down again, but there's been such a slowdown in buyers right now that they're saying, if you are going to be serious about it, this is what we're going to give you, because we need to make our money. It's a business. Lenders are out there making a business, right? They need to make profit. So you can still get something under 5% or under 6%. You're paying 3/4 of a point, 7/10 of a point. Here it's same thing, 0.5 point. Here it's 0.8 of a point, right? You can buy it down to 5.5% if you want. You have to have a lender qualify you, and then you can figure out what works best for you, because I don't know what your down payment or your credit, your job history, and all that other stuff works like. What do you get for $2 million in Santa Clara County? This is Parkview Avenue, San Jose, and it's not my listing, $2 million. Listed at 1.99, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,400 square feet, built in 1960. This is right here off of Saratoga and San Tomas, in that area right here. And the reason why I'm picking this is just because I want to get it so that we're kind of in the same area for the other one for $1 million. Yes, you can. All right. And let's take a quick look here real quick. Yeah, pretty standard house. That's the backyard. Wow, that is pretty standard looking. Look at that. Oh my God. Can anybody say phone home? Holy crap. I'm going to make this a favorite to see how this thing turns up, because I don't know, it might sell, because I think 2.5 to 3 is the going rate in that area. So what do you got for this one? Is a townhouse, and attached. It's a townhouse, okay? Because you have multiple units attached to each other. It could be duets, but it's Clarity Place, not my listing, $1 million, and it's in the same area. We'll go through that in a second. 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 1,400 square feet, built in 1982, compared to this guy right here is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,400 square feet, detached, 62. So you choose your poison right there, right? 2 million or 1 million. What's your budget? All right. And then this is just a little bit. See, the other one's over in this area right here. And this one is right here. I kind of like this area a little better because you're closer to Santana Row. What's it called? Santana Row and East Fair, Brain Farm there. Stevens Creek, and you're also very close to driving distance to Apple. So let's take a quick look inside this gander right here. You are paying an HOA, and this is a townhouse, but you also don't have to pay for a landscaper. It's about the same thing, right? I like this kitchen. I love the stone, the granite. You have the little ranch, the farmer's sink. I love the backsplash, even though it's taupe. Yes, I know what taupe is. Oh, nice. And they followed it up. That could be backsplash or tile, or it could be wallpaper. I don't know, but that's kind of nice looking. And thank you for doing your floor plan. So garage, kitchen, dining room, living room, and then sleeping's upstairs, open to below. You probably squeeze a 4th bedroom there. I'm not saying you should, just saying it could be happening there. Be pretty tight. Yep. And then there you go. And we're getting into this next week because we'll be at the 30th and nothing's really changing. We're still in a seller's market.